So I've talked a little bit in the past about self-improvement, like looking within yourself for answers and not being afraid to admit things that you need to improve on. So I figured that it'd be useful for me to put my money where my mouth is and to write out a list of things that I know that I need to be working on. Hopefully that will help set an example and will make it feel more okay for you to look within yourself and to admit to yourself the parts that you need to improve on, and that it's not that scary, and that it can actually be really healthy, and that it doesn't mean that you're a bad person, that you have shortcomings. Cool, let's get started. I'm very, very fucking neurotic. I constantly overthink what people think about me. Like when I tell a joke, I always worry if people are laughing out of just courtesy and I'm not actually that funny. And when I mess up something that's like a small thing, like I beat myself up over it because I tell myself that, well, I could have easily avoided that. Why did you do that? I'm really messy. I need to remind myself that cleaning my room is really good for my mental health. Oh, this one's hard. I still have a degree of uncomfortableness with people who are non-binary. I've definitely gotten better in recent time, but it's something that I'm still constantly working on and I'm very, very conscious of. Implicit bias, you know. I need to treat myself better and get more sleep. Literally the other night, I got 3 hours of sleep because I was watching Charmed on Netflix. Charmed is a great show, but I'm not in college anymore. I shouldn't treat myself that way. I woke up hating myself and just being in such like a weird mental place when I was like hanging out with friends. I owe the people in my life better than that. I attach too much of my self-worth on Grindr, on Overwatch, oh, and likes on social media. I think when I'm in a really bad mental state or when I see people doing better than me, I want some sense of superiority. And that's really unhealthy because like when I lose on Overwatch or like when a guy stands me up or whatever, like I'll take it really hard because I was depending on that thing to give me something that it can't necessarily always give me. I know that self-worth is supposed to come from within. It's just that it's really, really hard to actually implement that, I guess. I need to stop assuming that I'm not a likable person. I'll do this thing where like when I see other people hang out, I'll assume that they actively chose to not invite me to do something. When like, it's not always about me. If all of my acquaintances invited me to something, then I wouldn't have time in the day for myself. I still find myself automatically assuming the worst in people of size and also darker skinned people. Again, implicit bias, not saying that it's okay. I'm working on it. It takes a lot of work to like unlearn those things. Oh, I need to be braver on trying new kinds of videos on this channel, especially. I think I'm afraid that I'm not gonna be good at the new thing that I try, which is stupid because it's new, and I should let myself be bad. Also, like a lot of my ideas, they would involve other people, and I'm afraid of like not properly compensating other people for their work and their labor. But I need to be okay with like, you know, owing people and also like reminding myself that there are people who like are happy to help me out, even though obviously it'd be better if I paid them. Like they're actually okay with not getting paid. See, even saying that, like, it makes me really, really uncomfortable. But there are people that are willing to do favors for me. It's just that I'm scared of actually like doing it. Oh, I need to stop comparing myself to other creators because I'll immediately blame the world for not giving me the thing that they have, what is left for me on the internet. That's not necessarily true. Like Chelsea Handler said that just because somebody has something doesn't mean that you're not gonna get it. There's always room for you, and also you will probably end up finding something that's a better fit for you than you ever thought it was gonna be. You probably think that that's what you want because other people are having it in front of you, but the thing that's right for you, you might not even know what that is yet. Oh, I need to talk about my love life and social life more on therapy because recently all I've been talking about is work, and I think that working on work, it actually helps my work, and so I need to balance that by talking about my social life and my love life because it could really use some work right now. I think I'm just having a hard time remembering that my career is not more important than everything else in my life. I need to be less afraid of spending money on myself for travel and stuff. So I was recently getting lunch with a friend and person was asking me like, why are you so afraid of spending money on yourself? And I think it comes from this thinking that, well, you know, traveling is frivolous and it's completely superfluous and it's going to not have to do with my career. Actually, traveling could help my career because traveling helps you grow as a person, and growing as a person makes you a better creative person, which is the field that I'm in. So I need to be able to keep myself from going on Facebook and Twitter if I'm not in a good place. Just because of the world and the climate that we're living in right now, there's always some fucked up shit happening and someone's always going to share it because they want to amplify and they want to spread information about it, which is great and is admirable, and I'm definitely not shitting on that. It's just a matter of, like, I don't have to read everything right now. If I'm not in a good place, reading news could probably make me feel worse. I'll just save it or something and then I'll get back to it later. Oh, I need to trust my instincts and to trust my discomfort specifically. Whenever I'm like weirded out by like a situation or by like a person, I'll always assume that I'm just being overly dramatic and I'm being overly sensitive. As soon as I open up about it to somebody else who is familiar with this person or this situation, it's not just with friends, it also happens a lot in therapy now that I think about it. I find out that I was right all along, which makes me feel pretty good. I'm still worried about what my mom is gonna think about all of my decisions that I'm doing. And also I still think that I owe her information about everything that I'm doing with my life, when in fact I'm grown and I don't necessarily need to answer to her for everything that I'm doing. I would really like to learn how to cook more dishes in the kitchen. Nothing elaborate, just something besides pasta and kimchi fried udon. Because like those are literally the only two dishes that I make, and I haven't made kimchi fried udon in a while. All I do, just because it's easy, is because I make pasta, I put some cheese on it, some basil, and some parsley. Very, very simplistic meal, very college level meal that I feel like I could probably upgrade my life on. I need to look at more dishes that are really easy to make, but don't have to be pasta. I'm getting really, really sick of pasta right now. Yeah, so in general, I think it's about self-control and just being kinder to myself. So there you have it, a list of things that I would genuinely like to improve on. And I really hope that this inspires you to look within yourself too. Take just 5 minutes out of your day to type out things that you would like to improve about yourself. And I hope that it feels less scary to you. We'll all be like this big, happy focus group and we'll support each other and it'll be magical. I hope that this video was helpful and I'll see you next week, okay? Bye!